All the parts necessary for assembling a SmartRelease feeder are provided, with the exception of PVC cement, PVC cleaner, and Teflon tape. Before inserting any threaded parts of the SmartRelease feeder, be sure to wrap them with Teflon tape. To start, remove the feeder from the shipping carton and unscrew the lid from the feeder body. Next, remove the basket assembly from the shipping carton. Remove all of the components from inside and inspect for damage. Also, verify that all the products listed are present. Begin assembling the feeder by cementing the inlet ball valve tube and then inserting it into the inlet ball valve, making sure to clean the surfaces with PVC cleaner before applying the cement. Hold firmly for 30 seconds to allow the cement to dry. Next, thread the recently hardened inlet ball valve assembly into the bottom port on the SmartRelease feeder. You may need to tilt the feeder when you are threading the inlet ball valve assembly into the base of the feeder. Next, find the flow meter down tube and begin threading it into the upper port on the SmartRelease feeder until it is secure and facing downward. Then, locate the flow meter down tube elbow, clean and cement it onto the open end of the flow meter down tube. Hold firmly for 30 seconds to allow the cement to dry. Thread the flow meter elbow onto the top of the flow meter before you thread it into the flow meter down tube. After upper elbow is attached, begin threading the flow meter onto the open end of the flow meter down tube elbow, making sure the numbers are visible and facing up. Be sure to tighten the flow meter with your hands, being careful not to break it. Next, assemble another inlet ball valve following the directions given earlier. This second valve, the pressure release valve, will be threaded into the extra port on the base of the SmartRelease feeder. After the pressure release valve is in place, the assembly is complete, and the basket should be placed back in the feeder and the lid screwed back on. Allow the finished SmartRelease assembly to dry approximately 1 to 2 hours before loading the basket and running the system.